Welcome to our guide on the top 10 must-visit places in Paris. Now I know what you might be thinking, another Paris travel guide? But trust me, we're going to dive a little deeper than the usual tourist traps. We want you to experience the real Paris, from its grand boulevards to its charming backstreets. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned traveler, Paris has something for everyone. Art lovers will be mesmerized by world-class museums, history buffs can trace the footsteps of emperors and revolutionaries, and foodies can indulge in delectable pastries and fine dining. So, grab your beret, pack your sense of adventure, and let's explore the City of Lights together. Ah, the Eiffel Tower. It's impossible to imagine Paris without this iconic structure piercing the sky. Now some folks might say it's touristy, but I think it's touristy for a reason. Just look at it. This Iron Lady has been standing tall since 1889, a testament to human ingenuity and architectural ambition. The real magic happens when you ascend to the top. There are 3 levels with observation decks, but I recommend going all the way up for the most breathtaking panoramic views of Paris. You'll see the Seine River snaking its way through the city, the Grand Champs-Élysées stretching out before you, and the Sacré-Cœur Basilica perched atop Montmartre. If you're feeling peckish, there's a restaurant up there too, Le Jules Verne. It's a bit pricey, but hey, how often do you get to dine with a view like this? Don't forget to take a moment to appreciate the tower itself. Look closely at the intricate latticework, the rivets, the sheer scale of it all. It's truly a marvel of engineering, and as you're gazing out at the city, think about all the artists, writers, and dreamers who've been inspired by this very view. You're part of that story now. As the sun begins to set, the tower lights up in a golden glow, and every hour on the hour it sparkles with thousands of twinkling lights. It's pure magic. Trust me, a visit to the Eiffel Tower is an experience you won't soon forget. Next up, we're venturing into the hallowed halls of the Louvre Museum, home to some of the world's most famous works of art. Now, you could spend days, weeks even, exploring this vast palace-turned museum, but we'll focus on a few highlights to make the most of your visit. Of course, no trip to the Louvre is complete without a glimpse of Leonardo da Vinci's enigmatic Mona Lisa. Be prepared for a bit of a crowd, but trust me, her subtle smile is worth braving the throngs. But don't just stop there. The Louvre is a treasure trove of artistic masterpieces. Be sure to check out the Winged Victory of Samothrace, a majestic statue of Nike, the Greek goddess of victory. Her powerful stance and billowing drapery are truly awe-inspiring. Another must-see is the Venus de Milo, a stunning sculpture of Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and beauty. Her missing arms only add to her enigmatic allure, and don't miss the paintings of the Italian Renaissance masters like Michelangelo, Raphael, and Caravaggio. Their works are a testament to the artistic genius of that era. Wander through the galleries, soak in the atmosphere, and let yourself be transported back in time. Before you leave, take a moment to admire the Louvre Palace itself. Its grand courtyards and intricate facades are a testament to the power and opulence of the French monarchy. Remember, this is just a taste of what the Louvre has to offer, so take your time, explore, and discover your own favorites. Now let's step onto the Île de la Cité, a small island in the Seine River that's home to one of Paris's most iconic landmarks, Notre Dame Cathedral. This masterpiece of French Gothic architecture has stood for centuries, a silent witness to the ebb and flow of history. As you approach the cathedral, take a moment to admire its imposing facade, with its intricate carvings, towering spires, and famous gargoyles. These grotesque figures perched high above the city were originally designed to ward off evil spirits. Step inside, and you'll be struck by the cathedral's soaring ceilings, stained glass windows that bathe the interior in a kaleidoscope of colors, and an atmosphere of serenity and reverence. Take a deep breath, and just let the grandeur of it all wash over you. Notre Dame has witnessed some of the most pivotal moments in French history. It was here that Napoleon Bonaparte crowned himself emperor in 1804, and it was here that Parisians celebrated the liberation of Paris from Nazi occupation in 1944. Sadly, a devastating fire in 2019 caused significant damage to the cathedral's roof and spire. But the spirit of Notre Dame endures, and restoration efforts are underway to bring this beloved landmark back to its former glory. Even in its current state, Notre Dame remains a powerful symbol of Paris's resilience and enduring spirit. It's a reminder that even in the face of tragedy and loss, hope and beauty can prevail. A visit to Notre Dame is a moving experience, one that will stay with you long after you've left Paris. Next, we're heading up to Montmartre, the highest point in Paris and a neighborhood with a bohemian spirit that has captivated artists and writers for centuries. Think Renoir, Picasso, Dali, and Van Gogh, all drawn to this hilltop village for its inspiring light and creative energy. As you wander through the cobblestone streets, you'll feel like you've stepped back in time. Peek into art studios, browse quirky shops, and soak in the village atmosphere. No trip to Montmartre is complete without a visit to the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, a stunning white dome church that sits atop the hill, offering panoramic views of the city. Take a seat on the steps leading up to the basilica and watch the street performers. You might catch a mime, a musician, or a caricaturist at work. For a taste of Montmartre's artistic past, head to Place du Tertre, a charming square filled with artists selling their wares. Even if you don't buy anything, it's a great place to soak up the creative atmosphere. And if you're a fan of the film Amélie, be sure to visit Café des Deux Moulins, the charming cafe where Amélie worked. Order a crème brûlée and imagine yourself in the movie. As the sun begins to set, head to the steps of the Sacré-Cœur for breathtaking views of the city bathed in golden light. It's the perfect way to end a day exploring this enchanting neighborhood. Now, let's take a stroll down the Champs-Élysées, one of the most famous avenues in the world. This grand boulevard stretches for nearly 2 kilometers, from the Arc de Triomphe to Place de la Concorde. As you stroll along the tree-lined sidewalks, you'll pass by luxury boutiques, flagship stores, and grand cafes. This is the place to see and be seen in Paris, so put on your best outfit and embrace the Parisian chic. Stop for a coffee at one of the historic cafes like La Durée, famous for its macarons, or Fouquet's, a favorite haunt of celebrities and politicians. If you're in the mood for some shopping, the Champs-Élysées has something for everyone, from high-end fashion houses to souvenir shops. As you reach the end of the Champs-Élysées at Place de la Concorde, take a moment to appreciate the grandeur of this historic square. It's been the stage for both triumphant celebrations and tragic events throughout French history. The Champs-Élysées is especially magical during the holiday season when the trees are strung with twinkling lights and the air is filled with the scent of roasted chestnuts. Whether you're in the mood for shopping, dining, or simply soaking up the Parisian atmosphere, a stroll down the Champs-Élysées is a must-do when in Paris. No trip to Paris is complete without a day trip to the Palace of Versailles, the opulent former residence of French kings and queens. Located just outside of Paris, Versailles offers a glimpse into the lavish lifestyle of the French monarchy. As you approach the palace, you'll be struck by its sheer grandeur. The palace is massive with over 700 rooms, 2,000 windows, and 67 staircases. Step inside, and you'll be transported back to the days of Louis XIV, the Sun King, who transformed Versailles into a symbol of his absolute power. Wander through the palace's lavishly decorated rooms, including the King's State Apartments, the Hall of Mirrors, and the Queen's Bedchamber. But the real highlight of Versailles is its gardens. Designed by the renowned landscape architect André Le Nôtre, the gardens are a masterpiece of French formal garden design. Stroll through the garden's manicured lawns, admire the sparkling fountains, and get lost in the hedge maze. If you're visiting during the summer months, be sure to catch the musical fountain show, a spectacular display of water and music that takes place in the gardens. Versailles is a popular destination, so it's best to book your tickets in advance, and be prepared to do a lot of walking. A visit to Versailles is a truly unforgettable experience, one that will transport you back to the days of French royalty. One of the most romantic and relaxing ways to experience Paris is on a Seine River cruise. As you glide along the water, you'll see many of the city's most iconic landmarks from a new perspective. Most cruises depart from near the Eiffel Tower and will take you past sites like the Louvre Museum, Notre Dame Cathedral, and the Musée d'Orsay. You'll also get a glimpse of the city's many bridges, each with its own unique history and architectural style. Look out for the Pont Neuf, the oldest bridge in Paris, and the Pont Alexandre III, with its ornate Art Nouveau lamps and sculptures. Many cruises offer dinner or lunch options, so you can enjoy a delicious meal while soaking up the scenery. Or, opt for an evening cruise and see the city aglow with lights. As you cruise along the Seine, listen to the commentary about the sights you're passing, or simply relax and enjoy the view. A Seine River cruise is a perfect way to escape the hustle and bustle of the city and see Paris from a different angle. Tucked away on the Ile de la Cité, just a stone's throw from Notre Dame Cathedral, lies Sainte-Chapelle, a hidden gem that will take your breath away. This stunning chapel was built in the 13th century by King Louis IX to house his collection of holy relics, including what was believed to be the crown of thorns. But the real treasure of Sainte-Chapelle is its stained glass windows. Covering an impressive 6,458 square feet, these windows are some of the most exquisite examples of medieval stained glass in the world. Step inside, and you'll be bathed in a kaleidoscope of colors as the sunlight streams through the vibrant glass, depicting scenes from the Old and New Testaments. Take your time to admire the intricate details of each window, from the vibrant hues to the expressive faces of the figures depicted. Even on a cloudy day, Sainte-Chapelle is a sight to behold, but if you can, try to visit on a sunny afternoon, when the light streaming through the windows is at its most magical. It's easy to miss Sainte-Chapelle amidst the grander landmarks of Paris, but this intimate chapel is well worth seeking out for a moment of quiet contemplation and a glimpse of medieval artistry at its finest. Escape the hustle and bustle of city life with a visit to the Luxembourg Gardens, a peaceful oasis in the heart of Paris. These sprawling gardens were created in the 17th century at the behest of Marie de Medici, the widow of King Henry IV. Today they're a beloved spot for Parisians and visitors alike to relax, enjoy the outdoors, and soak up the French art de vivre. Take a leisurely stroll along the tree-lined paths, admire the colorful flower beds, and relax by the fountain while watching children sail toy boats. The gardens are also home to the Luxembourg Palace, now home to the French Senate, but you can still visit the palace's opulent interior on a guided tour. Be sure to check out the Medici Fountain, a romantic grotto adorned with sculptures, and the monumental Fontaine de l'Observatoire, featuring 4 bronze women leading horses and representing different parts of the world. If you're visiting with children, head to the playground or take a ride on the charming carousel. And don't forget to pack a picnic to enjoy on the lawns. The Luxembourg Gardens are a perfect place to escape the city buzz and enjoy a taste of Parisian life. Our final stop takes us to the Musée d'Orsay, housed in a beautifully preserved former railway station on the banks of the Seine. This museum is a must-visit for lovers of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist art. As you step inside the Grand Hall with its soaring arched ceiling and ornate clock, you'll be transported back to the Belle Époque, a time of great artistic and cultural ferment in Paris. The Musée d'Orsay boasts an impressive collection of works by Impressionist masters like Monet, Renoir, Degas, and Pissarro. See Monet's iconic Impression, Sunrise, the painting that gave Impressionism its name, and Renoir's vibrant depictions of Parisian life. Don't miss the works of post-Impressionist artists like Van Gogh, Gauguin, and Cézanne, who broke away from the Impressionist style to explore new forms of expression. Take your time to wander through the galleries, soaking in the beauty and innovation of these groundbreaking artists. Before you leave, head to the top floor for stunning views of the Sacré-Cœur Basilica and the Montmartre neighborhood across the Seine. It's the perfect way to say au revoir to the City of Lights. Thanks for joining us on this tour of Paris's top attractions. We've explored iconic landmarks, uncovered hidden gems, and hopefully inspired you to experience the magic of Paris for yourself. Remember, this is just a taste of what this incredible city has to offer. So, start planning your own Parisian adventure and discover the city's endless charm, beauty, and history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel guides. Au revoir and happy travels.